India design ecosystem has really evolved. It's really changed over the last 5-6 years. I mean, we are looked at, as a destination that can actually build up good products, come up with really good campaigns and all that. And there's so many of them. What right now difference is the difference that you actually see, or we need to improve probably that is happening in the West, or some trends that you want to talk about?
So I think it has to start from the top somewhere. Like the brands, the companies, the people working in those companies have to start with a trend that is something that's picked upon by the people. I'm a firm believer of the whole idea that people don't know what they want until they see something that they like and love. So it's only up to us and brands to kind of start to, and people are doing it. Like a lot of brands are experimenting with something, and we don't have to even match up to like the West in any way. We can just find our own kind of language and build it out, make that contemporary, something that looks like it's coming out of an Asian country like India, and it's still 2021, so that it speaks that language. And we just have to find it on our own. And I think the more we kind of build it out with brands bringing in content that's new age and contemporary, the more people will adapt to it and they'll ask for it more.
But design only flourishes when it becomes a part of the culture. Like I think was it Jerusalem when you said that there was only like red the tile stone, stones like
red. I mean yellow Jerusalem stone that they use for all of their architecture. So the city looks beautiful because there's been laws that have been put in place to make sure that it happens. Like just like in Greece or like other places, like there have to be some laws, and we tried in a small way with
and that's why the Indianama, what we did with Indianama actually for that one edition, which I think I'm so proud of actually, it's one of my favorite things, is we just took like all local enterprises. So like from your Kirana store to a barber shop, yeah. And we paired them with designers and we asked them to create design identities for the Kirana store or for the dhaba or something like that. So they worked with these designers.
And this was your independent project?
This was an independent project for Indianama actually.
And we tried to and that's when I say that it's up to us to put that sensibility out for other people, because when we did that with like some of the shops that were willing to do it, the other shops came to us and they wanted to do it for themselves, and those are the shops that refused in the first. They'll always be a bit of a tug of war, but as much as possible, we try to put that sensibility, that idea out, that there is something that they can do.
And suddenly it becomes like a what's it called, an effect, like a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, like if more people are coming to that shop, what's the reason? Like if that shop looks good, so I also want it. You know what I'm saying? So suddenly the thing of the importance of design in a very basic manner, that it helps me sell more, which is a very money thing. Unless that thinking begins, then it's just, otherwise it's just like, kids, just making things pretty, which it cannot be. It has to become a way of life.
If you actually see that, just picking up from what you just said, if you see trucks on the highway, almost every truck had the same kind of art done, and that back in the day some guy would have gotten done, and every truck looks just similar, right? So there is a cascading, there's a domino effect that happens, and design gets that attention. Like we believe, like I think it's part of our opening, deck. We have our deck also. That's the first or second slide. That good design reduces chaos. That's what we believe in, and I think. We, as a society, when we say we, people on the top, as you said, they're not taking design thinking as the first step. They always think, oh, problem ho gayi hai, now what to do? Now let's get, say, designers, let's solve it through. You actually see cities in India are better designed, or these problems are lesser if the design thinking happened first. I don't know if you've been to Chandigarh.
Yeah.
Chandigarh is designed in a manner that the certain tenets, certain principles are set. You cannot create such structures like that. You cannot, let go of greenery or patches, you have to have by lanes and all that. I think this is great thinking, and it stays for longer. I mean, compared to Gurgaon, where I mean, you could just build up a building tomorrow anywhere. So, yeah. And now you're creating roads from within buildings, right? So
we've just got to find out that value, and once that value is there, then people are there and they would want to do it. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a certain acceptance of it, but that thing has to be started. Like, who will start it?
Once it starts as a behavior, like, you know, like you said, in the case of the truck art, people copy something that works, right, for them. And the idea is to use that to a good cause, which is basically just copying good behavior, which is, you know, like, if this works, if good design starts to become mainstream and it's working for a few, the others will copy it and use that to make sure that it's kind of
true
everywhere.
Design is part of a culture somewhere. I mean, and it actually defines culture more. I mean, we
like inadvertent. Like, even if you're not thinking about it, it's part of culture. Like, it will become, certain things will become a part of culture. And design is at the heart of it. It's just whether you want to like consciously push good design out or not. That's the only thing.
You know, picking up your from Indian Armour thing, do you want to name some of the projects that you did and you're really proud of? मतलब इसमें तो मचा दिया.
I would say, like, the body of work that we produced with Riya's Originals, which have been like a couple of different campaigns, because they would launch like a new product every 3 months or so, and we ended up creating, like, from graphics to identity to design to animation to films to events and all of that. So a lot of different kinds of things that we got to experiment with, like whether it was the launch of the Pharrell Williams collection in India or the EQT or NMD. We launched all of their silhouettes in different ways, and they all had their own kind of positioning and their own kind of this thing. So that got us a lot of different and one other case study was working with Budweiser, because Budweiser, we've actually produced a lot of different kinds of work, like streetwear, like that Sayantan was just talking about. We've done films for them. They've been doing some new products now. They're coming up with some new products which we're working on currently, and it's a completely new brand launch from like a social media point of view. So yeah, with a great portfolio of work that we've done with Bud for the last about 3 years or so. And another campaign that is Bhima that that Sayantan can possibly talk about.
It came out in the first half of this year, and actually did really well for us. It got a lot of attention, and it really demonstrated the possibilities when good intent really means good client. Like, good intent comes from both sides, from the creators, like from us, but also from the clients. And then finally, of course, execution, which has to happen which is so important. But when there's good intention, when there's trust, and when there's an openness to work and collaborate together, it's some of the work that can happen. And I think it really showed how well it did, really demonstrated to us the importance of that. So yeah, I think that'd be some of the work that we've done. Other than that, there are also other works, like Kunel and I have a bit of a history with Airtel. Not all of it good.
You guys did Airtel Black, right?
Yes. So the identity projects so we redid the social identity for them. We did the brand refresh for them.
So because Airtel, being the scale at which they work with, they have a lot of touch points and a lot of places that they send their creatives in, and multiple agencies that they work with for release, whether it's digital, offline, online, all of that. So we worked on an entire VIS guideline for them, which is something that is cohesive, that will work across verticals, and Airtel Black
for
was
some
a part
time
of
to
it.
come.
Yeah,
because
for some time to come.
because social, because the earlier one wasn't actually suited for the proliferation of social media. So that's what they wanted to do. Yeah, and you're talking about
Airtel Black essentially then was born out of it. So that's part of the larger identity piece that we've done for Airtel.